Hi everyone, and welcome back to Fully Playable Games. So on today's video we are going to be doing a random pickups video. So these are some of the pickups that I've been doing over the last, I can't even remember the last time we've done a randoms pickup video. But yeah, we have got an absolute plethora of new bits for the collection. For some that have come from contacts, some that have come from eBay, and also some that have come actually, I'd say probably in this video the most amount of new bits that I've ever put in a video actually. So yeah, so with that, let's dive straight in with our first pickup, which is actually a eBay pickup. And this is actually a Switch game that I've been after for a while, just purely because of how it is bundled together. And that is Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero double pack on the Switch. So this is the only version of this double pack that's actually ever been released. So on the sort of PlayStation and the Xbox, those versions are all just the single games, whereas on the Switch they actually released it as a double pack, and that is both games on the cart as well. So yeah, there's no, it's not a case of that it is Subnautica and any download Below Zero. They are both on the cart, and yeah, that was one of the reasons that I wanted to pick this up. Obviously I have got both on the PS4, but because this was such a unique version, that's why I decided to pick it up. So we managed to get it for £27 and 54p. Looking it up online, it normally sells for about £38 at CEX and £44 on eBay. So yeah, got a real good deal with that one. I'm really happy to have it in the collection. And what I will say before we go any further, if my voice goes or I'm just sounding a bit different today, I'm literally just getting over a really bad cold. So yeah, I will admit I haven't got the same amount of energy as I normally have. But yeah, I am going to push through because we've got to have the videos for the channel. So our next pickup is actually one that I picked up from Strictly Limited, and this was a sort of special edition collector's edition. This was a collector's edition that we picked up for the Switch, and that is Cotton 2, Cotton Boomerang, and G-Force. This is the Saturn Tribute Pack. Now, when I bought it, I just saw that it had 2 Cotton games on, and that was the real big reason for picking them up. Obviously, Cotton was originally released on the Saturn. It's nowadays classed as what is called a shoot 'em up. So it's basically a shoot 'em up, but it's yeah, it's meant to be cute. Unfortunately, these ports are by no means cute. It's something that's been discussed quite widely online now, but yeah, the lag on these games is absolutely awful. I've seen people that have been getting lag of sort of like 11 to 18 seconds, or 11 to 18 milliseconds, sorry. And when you're playing a shooter, that is a millennium. And I will admit, my copy is currently sealed, but I did have a friend that picked up just the standard version, so I actually played it on theirs, and yeah, you could really tell the lag on it. It was a real shame actually, because I was really looking forward to getting hold of this, but yeah, it was such a letdown, which is a shame. Hopefully, sort of going forward, it will be improved with updates, but from my perspective, it is obviously I'm looking for games that are playable in their sort of physical format, and yeah, unfortunately, that isn't going to be the case with this one. So we paid £40 and 65p for that. I think I actually ended up getting it when it was on sale. Looking it up online, it sells for about £80 in a sealed condition on eBay. So yeah, really happy to have that, and nice to have another Switch game for the collection. Okay, so next up, we've got a bit of an accessory, but this was something that I thought would fit really nicely in the collection. And I'll be honest, when I first started looking for this, I thought, you know what, this is going to be an easy thing to find. It will be cheap as chips, and yeah, I'll be able to get it, add it in, and it won't be a problem. Didn't actually realise that there was only actually one version of this released, and they are actually quite highly sought after. And this is actually something that I bought for following on from a video that we done a little while back. So in the video that we got the Vectrex, there we go. So in the video that I picked up the Vectrex, the person that I bought it off also gave me a whole bundle of Mega CD demo discs. So I thought, you know what, I'd really like a Mega CD CD case, and I managed to find one. This is the only official Mega CD case that was released, and yeah, these go for stupid money. So they hold, was it 6 discs? So what I've done is I've literally put in all of the demo discs that we picked up, and yeah, the whole idea was to basically have this on the shelf with the Mega CD games. So yeah, as I say, when I first thought about doing this, I thought it'd be easy to get. It'd be like picking up a PlayStation CD wallet. There'll be 10 for a penny. I'll pay sort of 10-15 quid at most. So for this one, I actually managed to find a really low price. So I think the guy was selling it, it was a buy it now. So as soon as I saw it, I literally just bought it. So I paid £28.50 for this. And as I say, that is a really low price, because on average these are selling for about £60. And I thought £60 for a CD case is just, that's a no-go for me. Even £30 is expensive, but because I was so desperate to have the official Mega CD one to put on the shelf with the Mega CD games, I forced myself to pick it up, shall we say. So yeah, really happy to have this. And yeah, I think I've got to do a bit of repair. The this part of the Velcro is sort of peeling off sometimes, so I'll just get some more double-sided tape on that. But yeah, it is in really good condition. The only problem with it is the little inlay card someone has written on it. It would have been nice to have that completely plain, but for what I paid for this, I wasn't going to complain. And that can go there. Right, getting back into some new games. The next one that we've got is another Switch game. This time it is going to be a limited run pickup. So I think I've said before, I've got a whole backlog of limited run pre-orders. So they're all starting to sort of trickle through. I don't think I've got one due in October, but I know that starting from November, I'm due one a month, right the way through to May next year. So yeah, keep an eye on the channel for that, because most of the things that I've got left are all special edition and collector's versions. So for this one, we've actually picked up a copy of Cosmic Fantasy Collection. Now, the reason that I picked this up, I knew nothing about Cosmic Fantasy, but a few months ago we actually picked up a copy on the Mega CD. It was a Japanese copy, and unfortunately with the region unlocking card that we got for the Mega CD, it didn't work with that game. So yeah, this was purely out of intrigue that I picked it up. I'll be honest, at the time of recording, I haven't had a chance to actually capture any footage for this yet. I'll be honest, the footage that I have seen of it, it's probably not going to be a game that I'll spend too much time on. Yeah, I think I actually ended up picking this up more so because of what happened with the Mega CD version than actually wanting to play it. So yeah, I will give it a go. Fingers crossed it is something that I'll get into. But yeah, for now, that will be going into the collection. So we paid £49.23 for that. Looking it up just before filming, this is now selling for about £90 on eBay in a sealed condition. So obviously, being limited run, prices always start skyrocketing as soon as they're dispatched. And then another game that I also picked up from limited run, and this was a game that, I'll be honest, the big reason for picking this up was because, as far as I was aware, there was only one other version of one other way to get this game physically, and it was in a triple pack on the Xbox 360, I believe. And that is the standalone version of Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. So yeah, I had seen loads about this. I will admit I'd never actually played this until I played this copy, and I have to admit, absolutely loved it. Thought it was a really, really good shooter. Definitely one that I'm going to be going back to, and I absolutely love the 80s sort of action movie sort of music and aesthetics. Absolutely brilliant game. Really, really enjoyed it. And yeah. Literally, I think this was one, as soon as I had the email to say that it was coming out, I just went straight on and pre-ordered it. So I paid £41.18. In a sealed condition, this would have gotten for £90. Obviously, I have opened it to play it. Okay, coughing fit over. Right, this next game was I will say I had quite a bit of fun getting hold of this game. There is a couple of the other YouTubers in the UK that I watch, and I was watching one of them in particular, and he went to the shop that this was being sold at, and he was doing a video around the shop, and as he was going around, I just happened to sort of see this one sitting on the shelf, and I saw the price that they had it marked up at, and immediately I jumped on. At the time I saw it, it was a Sunday and they were shut. So what I'd done was I jumped on Facebook, sent them a message, and then they come back to me the following day to say that they still had it, and that if I did a bank transfer, they could, plus postage, they'd send it out to me. And that is the Japanese version of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And the reason why this is so significant is because this is the only one that actually comes with the expansion packs on the cart. There's no other version around the world that was ever released with the expansion packs on the cart. So yeah, as soon as I saw that they had this, immediately jumped on. And what I've actually found is putting this into my Switch. Obviously I've got Breath of the Wild already set up on there. So it all plays in English. It's literally all exactly the same. I don't know if it's English on the cart, but obviously, as I say, I've got the English version already set up on my Switch. So I think what I should be able to do now is, if I now go back to, what I might do is I'll try put in my standard English copy in, and see if all the DLC is still available. Because as soon as I loaded up the game, as I say, it all loaded up in English. And I think the only real difference that I saw was there was different different background images with regards to the title screen. So yeah, as I say, really, really happy to have this. This is really sought after amongst Switch collectors because it's got the DLC on the cart. So as you can see, I paid £32, and I've not actually even mentioned where I got it from. So the shop that I actually got it from is a shop called Kirkby Sales and Exchange. I will be honest, I have no clue whereabouts in the country they are, because the only time I've ever seen them is on this other YouTuber's video. But as I say, I saw this sitting on a shelf in the video that I watched. So immediately got in contact with them. They were absolutely amazing. They sort of sent it out the following day, I got it a couple of days later, and yeah, really happy to have it. So a big thanks to the staff at Kirkby Sales and Exchange for all the help they give to me. And I will admit, every time I watch this YouTuber's videos now, I'm always looking at sort of what games they've got there. Is there anything else I might want? So yeah, really chuffed with that. So in the end, I paid £36 for this. Because they charged me £4 for postage, which is not a problem at all. Looking it up online, this goes for about £80 on eBay. So yeah, an absolute bargain at £36. Really chuffed with that. And yeah, definitely glad to have that in the Switch collection. Okay, so next up, I have managed to get hold of another box for one of my consoles. So, as I've said at the beginning part of the year, one of the big drivers for me this year was going to be to get hold of as many boxes, or to basically put together as many boxed consoles as I could. So, yeah, I think recently we added the 1 terabyte Xbox One X box. Xbox One S box, and yeah, I've just been, whenever I've been seeing them, I've been picking them up. I've got a couple now that I'm really heavily looking for, but the one that I'm most looking for at the moment, I can't actually talk about because it is a future, it's a console that I've picked up, but it's in a future video. So yeah, you'll see that. Hopefully by the time that video goes out, I'm able to track down a box for it. But for today's video, we've actually got a box for my Xbox One X. So yeah, we recently picked up the console. The console doesn't power on, but it's a simple fix. Once I get around to it, it'll get a couple of minutes. It'll take me probably about an hour. I'll go through, get the repair done, and then yeah, we'll have that in the collection as well. I'm going to put it down because it weighs an absolute ton, because the console is in the box now. So yeah, I've got active searches on eBay at the moment for empty console boxes. And yeah, this just happened to flag up one day. The seller had it listed for £15, and I was like, that is, I'm not even going to quibble, have your £15. So end up, it was £17.94 with shipping. I can't actually give you any comparison prices for it though, because this is the only one that I can see on eBay at all. There's none actively listed. This is the only one sitting in the sold listings over the last 90 days. So yeah, I think I got really lucky with this. But what we're going to do, I have reorganised the Xbox shelf just above me. So yeah, that will be going up there once I finish filming the video. Okay, so next up, I've actually got a small stack of brand new games. So these are all games that have been released probably over the last 3-4 weeks now. And yeah, some that I've actually really been looking forward to playing. So the first one that we've got is Shadow of the Ninja Reborn on the Nintendo Switch. So this was an Amazon pre-order that I had in place. And yeah, it is a really good side-scrolling platformer. Yeah, it was, I'll be honest, it was one that just happened to sort of come up on my feed. I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go. And yeah, it didn't disappoint. I actually really enjoyed it. And yeah, the fact that it's on the Switch, it's a nice game to actually take out and about when I go out. So for that one, I paid £24.95. Looking it up online, in new condition, they go for about £29 on eBay. So yeah, really happy with that one. Then next up, right, so this was one, I think I originally saw it in the one of the Nintendo presentations, but I haven't actually bought it on the Nintendo. And that is Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. So this is a double pack, basically, of the original Ace Attorney Investigating, and then Ace Attorney Investigating 2. I'll be honest, for capturing the footage for this, I only played the first one and yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely enjoy. I really enjoy games like this. So yeah, it's one that I am going to spend a bit more time on. And yeah, it looks like a real sort of interesting take. Obviously, I've seen the memes with all of the objections and everything like that. But actually playing the game for real, I really enjoyed it. And yeah, really glad to have this in the collection now. So once again, this was an Amazon pre-order. Paid £34.99. It goes for £32 on CEX and £60 on eBay. But obviously, the eBay price is the new price. Then this next one, so this is a PS5 game. Once again, another Amazon pre-order. And this was one that I have actually been waiting on. I've been really looking forward to playing this. And that is Epic Mickey Rebrushed. So this is a sort of upscaled remaster of the original Epic Mickey. I'll be honest, I think with the original Epic Mickey, it was only released on the Nintendo Wii. So I've got it in the collection, but I've never played it. I've got the sequel. I think we've got it on the 360, and I might even have it on the PS3, I'm not sure. But I've only briefly played that because I've not played this one. And I have to say, I absolutely loved this. When I was capturing the footage for it, before I even realised it, I was into it for about an hour. So yeah, really enjoyed this. Definitely looking forward to getting back into it and carrying on playing it. And yeah, it is, as I say, it was one of the games that have come out recently that I've been really looking forward to. So this one paid £40.95. Goes for £38 on eBay. And £49 on eBay. Sorry, £38 on CEX. Sorry, and £49 on eBay. And then the last new game that we got was Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. So once again, as you can see, I haven't had the chance to play this one yet. When did this come out? Last Thursday, last Friday, something like that. But yeah, as soon as I saw it, it was announced. Jumped on, and got it pre-ordered. It is, I will admit, from the footage that I've seen of it, it looks like an absolutely amazing game. Really looking forward to playing it. It is very much in the same sort of art style as one of the Zelda games I don't have in the collection at the moment. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the sort of cartoony style one. Basically, as you're playing it through, you actually play the first sort of 10 minutes as Link, and then obviously you take over as Zelda. From what I've seen of the story, really good, and yeah, definitely looking forward to actually spending some time playing this through. So picked this one up for £42.95. Once again, it was another Amazon pre-order. Goes for £48 at CEX and £45 on eBay. Right, so next up, I've actually got a couple of bits, and this is sort of a continuation from the video we put out a little while ago, where we went to a collector's storage unit. So what I'll do is I'll stick a link to that video up in the top corner if you haven't seen that. Basically what happened was I was actually given the opportunity to go to a collector's storage unit, sort through everything that was there, and actually pick up some new bits for the collection. While I was there was one bit that they forgot to show me, and there was one thing there that I forgot to pick up. So yeah, I've actually managed to rectify that now. We've now got both of them here. And they are both absolutely brilliant, absolutely over the moon to have both of these. And the first one, I've got them literally down here because they are so big I couldn't fit them on the desk. So the first one is the Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration collector's edition. So this is a special edition version of the game, and actually when you boot up the game that's in here, it actually has its own splash screen with the 20-year anniversary collection on it. This also includes an amazing Lara Croft figure, a load of collectible bits as well. Everything's in here. I think when I initially picked it up, we weren't sure whether it had the game disc in. So I'm actually really relieved that the game disc is in here, finding out that it is a sort of unique disc to this collection. But yeah, really chuffed to have this. I'm going to stick it down for a minute. So yeah, I actually done quite well out of that storage unit for big collector's editions. I am struggling of where to put them at the moment. So I think we got the Halo Reach collector's edition from there as well. Currently that is being stored in the bedroom. So I think for now that one will probably end up going into the same place. But for that one, I actually ended up paying £60 for that. And it was a really difficult one to price. So looking it up on CEX, they got it priced up at £100. But I think that is just the statue that's in there. I don't think that is sort of all of the other bits. But they never have it in stock at that price. And looking it up on eBay, there was actually no listings at all, sort of sold or active. So yeah, it was a really difficult one to price, but as I say, managed to get it for £60. So really happy with that. And yeah, hopefully sort of sometime in the future we'll be able to put it somewhere in the games room. But moving on, the next one that we've got is actually a I don't want to say it's not a console, it's a computer. It's one that I have been wanting for absolutely ages. And that is, it's actually a boxed Commodore 64 bread bin. So what I have done is I have got one of the box protectors for this because the box isn't in great condition, but I want to try and keep it in as good a condition as I can. And yeah, I'm going to stick it down for a minute. So yeah, this was something that I actually pulled out when we were at the storage unit, but we got completely wrapped up with the other bits that we were looking at, and I was on a time scale as well because that was the day that I also went and picked up the Vectrex. So yeah, I didn't want to risk losing the Vectrex for being late. So yeah, actually spoke to them a couple of days later. Asked them if they still had it. We come to an agreement on this, so I ended up paying £60 for that. Looking it up online, it does sell for about £60 in the same condition on eBay, which I don't think is right. I'm going to double check that afterwards, and if it is, I'll put up some example listings just here, just because I know when I've tried to pick one up in the past unboxed, the lots have ended up selling for more than that. So yeah, I'll have a look. Not too sure whether I've got that price right or not. But yeah, those were the two bits that I picked up from them. And yeah, we now are going to get on to... I can't even title this bit because we've literally got what is going to be the rarest game in the collection. And it's a game that I actually never thought I would ever own. Well, actually, I say it's a game that I never thought I'd ever see in person, let alone get to hold, let alone get to play, or let alone get to add to the collection. Yeah, just absolutely over the moon. So one of the resellers from the boot fairs reached out to me. I get on really well with him. We have a real laugh at the boot fairs, and what he actually done is actually someone had approached him at the boot fair and said to him, "Oh, you buy consoles, don't you?" And yeah, he got basically invited back to this guy's house, and he had a whole load of stuff that he wanted to sell, including a boxed Mega CD one with the Mega Drive as well, a load of Mega CD games, load of Mega Drive games, a massive Atari bundle, and yeah, he got an absolute stonking deal. I'm not going to go into what he paid. I do know what he paid, but yeah, I am not going to let that one out of the bag. But as I say, he let me know that he picked it up asked me if I wanted to come over and have a look through, see if there's anything I wanted for the collection. And yeah, I am so glad that I did. So, first off, we've got a couple of PS2 games. And the first one that we've got is the PlayStation Greatest Hits Volume 8. This is one of the special edition official PlayStation 2 magazine demo discs. So, as I've said before, I am trying to go through the full set of these. So, yeah, this was not one that we had in the collection, so I decided to pick it up. He chucked this in for me because of everything else that we ended up getting. So yeah, really happy to have that. I don't have any comparison prices for it because I couldn't actually find it listed on eBay even. So yeah, really happy with that. Then next up, we've got a sealed PS2 game, and that is Beverly Hills Cop. So yeah, what I have done with this is I want to try and keep this sealed for now. The seal's not in great condition, there's some sort of tearing up the top, but in general it is still sealed, so I want to try and keep it sealed. But what I've done is I've actually downloaded the ROM and played it on my PS2, and I have to say it is as bad as everyone says. So the game itself was... Eddie Murphy had nothing to do with the game, and it really tells. It's just not. It just doesn't have the feel that the Beverly Hills Cop films have. So yeah, it's a real shame. But yeah, a lot of people you see talk about this game. They say it's one of the worst PS2 games ever released. I wouldn't quite say it's the worst PS2 game, but it's definitely down there. So for that one, we paid £10 for that. Looking it up online, it goes for about £20 on eBay, but that's in unsealed condition. I couldn't actually find any sealed prices online, so yeah, that was the big reason for why I wanted to keep it sealed. Then moving on, we've got a Mega Drive game, and this was another game that I've been wanting for the collection for a while, and yeah, when I saw it there, wanted to grab it off him straight away, and that is Afterburner 2. So yeah, this is it's a complete copy. It's got manual and everything inside, and yeah, really wanted to add this, so was really happy to see that he had it. This one we paid £10 for that. Goes for £15 at CEX, £25 on eBay, and yeah. What else can you say about Afterburner that hasn't already been said? Obviously, we have got this is actually part of the Sega Ages collection on the Saturn, so we do have other ways to play it, but I really wanted to get hold of the original Mega Drive copy, so yeah, really happy to have that. Yeah, we've done the price on that. Right, so on to the last couple now. So next one that we've got is actually a Mega CD game, and that is Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective Volume 2. So I have had the first one of these in my eBay watch list for absolutely ages, and when I saw this there, decided to just jump on and grab it. Now, as I say, it is a 2-disc game. It's got everything in there. It's got the manual, even got the little sort of warranty registration card in there as well. The only problem with this was when I got it home, and I was about to sit down and about to sit down and do the gameplay footage for it. I realised that it actually had the disc for the first volume, didn't have the volume 2 discs. So luckily, the guy that I bought it off was really good. He was like, "No, I'll tell you what, keep it. I'll give you the money back for it." And what I was able to do was the money that he gave me back, I was actually able to then pick up both the discs. So I actually paid £10 for that. Looking it up online, in complete condition, goes for £20 on CEX, and £25 on eBay. So yeah, really happy. Managed to get both discs, and yeah, I think it was probably a bit over what I paid, probably about £12–13 or something, but with the condition of the case, everything like that, really happy now, and it's another Mega CD game for the collection. And obviously I couldn't have Volume 2 without actually going out and buying Volume 1. But what I will say is I bought Volume 1 before I realised that I had Volume 1 discs. Or Volume 1 disc, sorry. So yeah, at one point I actually had 2 copies of this. But yeah, happy to have this one as well. So it's a nice little set, should we say, that goes on the Mega CD. So yeah, that one, this one actually come from eBay. So I ended up paying $22.90 for this one. It goes for £18 on CEX. Normally sells for about £25 on eBay. So yeah, as I say, I was going to pay that just so that I could have it to go with the other one. Okay, so as I have said, I have definitely saved the best for last. And as I have also said, this is the rarest game that I have got in the collection. It is not one that I ever expected to ever have my hands on. And I'm not even going to do any more build up to it. I am just going to bring it straight in. And that is Snatcher on the Mega CD. I was blown away when he said that he had this. It's just not a game that I ever expected to actually have in the collection. And yeah, for him to say that he picked it up in this bundle, and I really wish I could tell you what he paid for this bundle, because it's criminal. It really is. But yeah, adding this to the collection has just blown my mind. It is, yeah, I'm just lost for words with this one. And I will say, actually playing it through, really enjoyed it. I probably spent about half hour, 40 minutes capturing the footage for the video. But yeah, it is definitely one that I want to go back to, go in, really sort of delve into it in a bit more detail. But yeah, absolutely over the moon. And what I absolutely love is the fact that it's still got, and I can't work it out, the price sticker on it. Is that Virgin Megastore or is that Electronics Boutique? It's one of the two, I know that, but I can't remember which one of the two. But as you can see, it is complete. It's got the manual. It is in such great condition. There is not a single crack or mark or anything on this case. Yeah, it is as pristine as you would want it. But you're probably going to wonder what we actually paid for it. And that is the crucial part, because I will say he done me a absolutely immense deal on this. I couldn't have asked for better. So once all said and done, I ended up paying £390 for this one. Looking it up online at CEX, it goes for £550. And on eBay it's selling for about £525 at the moment. So yeah, it is just a monumental addition to the collection. Yeah, as I say, it's not something I ever expected to add to the collection, but I'm just so happy to actually have it. And yeah, I'm really starting to run out of heavy hitters that I want for the collection now. There's one that I still want, and it's one that I pretty much wanted since the day I started collecting, or started really heavily collecting. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get that one sometime in the future. But for me, this one, it was one of those pickups that I didn't expect, wasn't factoring it in, but the fact that it actually come, it literally sort of dropped into my lap. I was like, I'm not going to let you speak to anyone else. I'm coming round and I'm having a look. I'm taking it away with me. But yeah, absolutely over the moon to have that in the collection now. And as I say, it is a game that I am going to be putting some time into. So that is everything that we've picked up in today's video. So before we wrap up, let's quickly run through the totals. So our total spend today was £947.78. If we'd bought everything that we could from CEX, we would have spent £875. And then if we'd got everything from eBay, it would have been £1,307. So yeah, a really good saving. Some really good additions actually, some that I've been really looking forward to playing, and actually when I've been capturing footage for the video have really enjoyed. Unfortunately there were some disappointments as well today, but that's how it comes, especially when you're buying new games. But to have Snatcher in the collection now, yeah, it is, as I said, it is not something I ever expected to actually be able to afford. Not something I ever even expected to see in person. So yeah, absolutely over the moon to finally have that in the collection. I will say, for me this year, with regards to new additions to the collection, has just been monumental. With the bits that we've been picking up, obviously we've got the Vectrex, we've got the Super Famicom TV, we've now got a copy of Snatcher. Yeah, I am just absolutely over the moon. And yeah, hopefully we'll get some more great additions for the remaining part of the year. But with that said, that is going to wrap up today's video. But before you head off, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're not already, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell to be kept up to date when I upload new videos. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching today. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Alright, bye!